Driver and Teacher Nows, and we're here with the RBL Season 4, Week number 1. Your Royal Bournemouth Bombies are taking on the Portland Snailblazers and Coach Bensosim in a rematch of last season's final, of which Ben came out on top on that occasion after we threw Game 3. I would like to say this, Rykusik, I'm getting fed up of these finals rematches, as by Week 1s. I would like this to change going forward, but either way, by the by, Ben is of course a fantastic battler. He is a very, very strong player, and his draft is very interesting. It will be worth pointing out that pretty much every single draft in the league, including mine and Ben's here, is going to be very top heavy, mostly due to access of the fact that there's no Eviolite, there's no Assault Vest in this game, so there's a lot of things that are going to be very interesting when it comes to team building, especially given that we're using not fully evolved Pokemon. So it could be very, very interesting. But Ben's got a very, very scary draft. He had a pretty decent pick position. We didn't, so definitely an unfortunate one for us. But let's go through his team as always, and then we'll go through what I'm bringing and why I'm bringing it. But Togekiss was his first pick. Unsurprising to see that. It could be Scarf offensive. Scarf Air Slash is something I'm kind of scared of. I don't have the best answers for Air Slash, but I can work around it potentially if he's running Scarf, so I think I have enough answers for it, but we'll have to see going forward. Can also be supportive, does get Follow Me, of course, can be pretty bulky. Can definitely cause some shenanigans. It's a very good support mon for this team. Blaziken, I think, is his biggest threat, especially to me. I don't have the best fire resists. I do also have a quad weakness in Scissor. This thing, of course, getting access to Speed Boost in this game now because hidden abilities are a thing. Can be absolutely monstrous. Swords Dance, protect, or just protect 3 attacks, maybe not even run Swords Dance. Definitely something to be wary of. It does hit reasonably hard, it does have pretty good offensive stats. It is frail though, so may run Focus Sash on it if he wants it. I wouldn't be too surprised to see that, like Focus Sash Swords Dance could be a thing. But we'll have to see. Rotom Wash, very decent mon, especially in this format. There's not too many great ways to break through Rotom Wash. It's also very light, so things like Grass Knot is not that great on it. Can hit pretty hard, can be Scarf, can be pretty decent support. I'm thinking maybe Willow Hex. Probably he brings this week, maybe like bulky Willow Hex. But he might bring this thing offensive. Hard to tell, but very solid mon in general. Sableye, of course, with access to Prankster, can cause some shenanigans. I expect Prankster Will-O-Wisp to definitely come against my team, especially against the Scizor and a Grand Ball and various things like that. Regirock, pretty solid offensive threats on the physical side. Even Latios can be good on the physical side if I wanted to run it that way. So yeah, lots of threats physical, so definitely expect to see the Will-O-Wisp. Also expect to see some kind of weather, maybe Rain Dance. Could be a thing to shut down my potential Suncore. That is something to bear in mind too. But Sableye gets a lot of priority. Does also get things like Fake Out and stuff like that, so I have to bear that in mind too when we are planning our build. Tauros is next, of course. Very fast, 110 base speed, speed ties Latios, which I believe this is, and Frostlass is the joint fastest on this team. I think they're both 110 speed. Tauros with Intimidate, of course, myriad of coverage moves, thanks to it being a normal type, definitely helps it out a lot. Can really punch through my teams. There are some moves that it does not get in BDSP though, that it does in Sword and Shield, so he may be missing 1 or 2 key moves, and obviously missing the Dynamax format, as we saw Midnight Wolf use it very well last season as a Maxmon. Missing a few little things, but still Intimidate is a problem for my team. I do have a decent myriad of physical attackers. Frostlass, I actually don't know too much about this in doubles. I've not really seen it too much in doubles, but it does get things like Destiny Bond, something to be a little bit wary of. It is pretty fast, does have decent offensive stats. I haven't really ever seen this thing run offensive. I do believe it gets Ice Shard, so it does have priority to pick us off, potentially, but its typing is a little bit awkward into my team. I have plenty of things that hit Ice and Ghost, so I'm not super convinced it comes, but I do think it's probably one of the best mons on his team. And then we start getting to the not fully evolved mons, the ones that I think probably don't have much of a chance of coming, but we'll see. Skiploom is kind of interesting. It does actually get Rage Powder. It's one of the few Pokemon to get Rage Powder in a game outside of the Butterfree line. I think it's just Butterfree, Skiploom, and one other, or Butterfree and the Jump Left line, I think, are the only things that get Rage Powder. So it's a pretty interesting pickup. It can be a solid enough support mon. I can see like Rage Powder or Follow Me from Togekiss to pair up with things like Sword Stance. On the Blaziken, that's something I can definitely see coming. Could be interesting, but I think Togekiss just offers more than Skiploom ever will. Magmar, kind of similar, budget Blaziken in a way, but does actually get Flash Fire and Flame Body, so two pretty good abilities. So there is a world where Magmar might come. I can see like a potential like Tailwind Togekiss with Magmar as opposed to Blaziken, but I feel like that's very, very niche. And I have a decent amount of answers for Pure Fire, so I don't know if he can really afford to bring Magmar, but it's an interesting option. Meditite, I don't really know what it does. Personally, I know it gets Wide Guard, and that's pretty much it. I know it gets Fake Out. It does have Pure Power, but its attack is pretty low to start with. But yeah, not the greatest mon in the world. I don't really expect it. And Meryl, I mean, it's a water type, but it's way worse than Rotom Rosh. It's obviously Baby Azu, does get things like Belly Drum. But it doesn't hit hard enough even after a Belly Drum. I have a lot of resistances to water as well, so I don't really see a world where Meryl ever comes, especially when there's a Rotom Wash sitting on his team. So these slots kind of feel a bit redundant, just there to be filled up the team. But nonetheless, they might come, they might surprise me. Ben has often pretty much run standard, so I don't really expect it. So I'm pretty much expecting the 6 on the left. I don't see a world where the other 4 might come. I mean, Skiploom has a chance. If he thinks Togekiss has a pretty bad matchup, but it kind of doesn't, and Skiploom's matchup is way worse into me than Togekiss's, so that's going to be his team. But let's talk about mine, shall we? So, leading the way is going to be Latios, of course, rocking Scarf, unsurprising. I think Scarf Latios is very, very scary in this format. We're running enough speed on this thing to outrun basically everything except a stray like Scarf Tauros or Frostlass. I could see a potential Scarf Destiny Bond on the Frostlass, but I'll be very surprised if that actually does come. But with Draco Psychic Ice Beam Energy Ball, this hits insanely hard. Honestly, this can do a ton. We are modest with enough speed to outgun Scarf Rotom Wash, which is the fastest thing we can essentially outspeed. Obviously, if he does run Tailwind Togekiss, then that might be a problem. But nonetheless, we outrun basically everything, so we're in a pretty good spot with that. And Draco Psychic Ice Beam Energy Ball, I think, is more than enough coverage for his entire team. Ice Beam obviously blows up things like the Togekiss and the Skiploom if it does come. Obviously, Energy Ball is there primarily for Rotom Wash, and Psychic can be decent against the Blaziken. Draco does also hit really hard as well. So this can hit a lot of this team, so that's kind of what I'm looking at. I might drop Draco Meteor. I just had it for a powerful stab move, just in case I was in a late game spot where I can just murk something. Because we do have a pretty high amount of special attack on this set, so hopefully we can make this work. Alright. Next up on the squad is going to be Scizor. We're running Bandit. This is a pretty dangerous set to run. I do need to be careful how I use this if I am going to run this. But Bandit Technician does a ton of damage, especially with things like Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch murders Togekiss. That does an absolute number on it. Definitely threatens it out. U-turn is pretty nice. Even though I'm running no speed, slow U-turning can still give me a way back into the game. Aerial Ace is there for Blaziken if I can get it in. And Quick Attack is kind of an odd one. Might seem a little bit strange, but Quick Attack can actually pick off Blaziken if it's not sashed. Which is something to bear in mind. It can also be used to punish things like the Rotom Wash and just pick things up at the end. Where Bullet Punch cannot. So definitely an interesting little pickup, but this thing can hit really hard. Even Bullet Punch on a resisted hit, like the Blaziken, for example, can still do a decent amount. So I'm hoping I can just put this in, like, mid to late game and just punish whatever's left. That's kind of the goal. Obviously, you have to be wary of the Sableye, but we are actually faster. So I believe our priority should out-prioritize his Will-O-Wisp, so I think we should be fine with that. But yeah, that's kind of how we are with that. Our speed tiers are a little bit awkward, because we do have, like, a couple of fast ones, and then a lot of our speed tiers are mid to slow, so. But could be interesting. Scizor's gonna hit pretty hard. That's the goal. Alright, next up, we've got more of our supporting cast. We have Granbull here, holding a Citrus Berry with Intimidate. We are running this pretty bulky. Obviously, we are still max attack with Protect 3 attacks. We've got 44 speed on this. This actually is to outspeed no speed Sableye. I expect this Sableye to be bulky and not really run any speed EVs. Obviously, it does get things. Obviously, Sableye does get priority moves, but Play Rough can still hit it pretty decently, even through a burn. Close Combat and Stone Edge is just kind of there for coverage. Close Combat obviously marks the Tauros, and Stone Edge can really put a number on Togekiss if it doesn't get flinch taxed to death. That's kind of the goal here. It's just to whittle down some of these physical attackers, especially the Blaziken and the Tauros. He doesn't actually have that many good physical offensive runs on this team. That is kind of something that we're seeing. Obviously, Meditite and Meryl are both physical, but they have very low stats, so I don't ever expect to see those. But Tauros and Blaziken definitely a threat, so having an Intimidator, definitely handy. Obviously, it gives us a way to cripple these physical attackers, especially a Blaziken if it's trying to set up a Swords Dance. Alright, next up is gonna be a Lantern coming in this week. Rocking Leftovers and Vault Absorb. This is just to stop Rotom. Essentially, Vault switching for free. We don't want that thing pivoting out if we can avoid it. I debated running Water Absorb instead, but I didn't feel like I needed it. Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Protect. This is essentially designed to sponge hits as best as possible. I might make this thing defensive, like spread it across the defensive stats instead of running it with max special attack. Well, I kind of wanted to hit a little bit harder if I could, but I think what I might actually do is adjust this to not be offensive. Let's see. I'll have to run some calcs, but I think what I might do is change this to like mixed bulk. But I kind of like having max HP because I like to abuse its HP stat and just play around the offensive pressure that this thing can bring. So I might make this a bit of an adjustment, but nonetheless, if I can hit hard enough with this even with the leftovers, I think we're in a good spot anyway. Alright, and next up is gonna be our backup strategy should everything go pear-shaped. We are leading up with Venusaur. Rocket Life Orb and Chlorophyll, of course, no surprise to see that. Sleep Powder is very threatening against this team. He has only one immunity to Sleep Powder, and that is Skiploom, which again, I don't really see coming. There's no Insomnia Mons or anything like that here. We're running max speed purely because we want to outspeed it, or at least speed tie with a Togekiss and Tailwind. It's not entirely guaranteed that Tailwind is going to be a thing on Togekiss in this set. But nonetheless, having it means that we do actually speed tie, which can be pretty nice, especially if I can put it to sleep. Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain hits basically everything on this team. There's not really anybody really except for Frostlass that can really sponge hits from this, and even then, Frostlass does not really appreciate a Sludge Bomb or a Giga Drain. So definitely pretty strong. Rocking Life Orb, of course. Life Orb actually allows us to pick up a kill on Togekiss, depending on its HP spread. So that's something to bear in mind. And Protect, of course, for a little bit ahead of stalling if we desperately need to. And obviously, if we're gonna run a Sun on Pokemon, we are gonna need our Sun Setter, so obviously that is going to be Vulpix. Vulpix running Focus Sash, just to make sure I can actually live a turn if needs be. Also force Ben to double into it if he wants to kill it. Rockin' Drought, of course, unsurprisingly. Protect, Heat Wave, Energy Ball, Extra Sensory. Again, kind of just the idea really is just to hit as many things as possible. Obviously, Red and Wash in Sun is not going to be super hard hitting with those water attacks, and we can hit back with an Energy Ball and do a decent amount of damage back. Doesn't do the most amount of damage, we are still a Vulpix, bear in mind, but we are still going to hit something, and of course Rotom is not going to want to be out against Sun, so definitely pretty interesting for us. We've got a pretty interesting team. There are opportunities for us to win this game, but this matchup is not in our favor. Regirock very did nearly come on this team. I actually had it in over Granbull originally. However, one thing I have realized since the Pokemon Home update is not actually in the game that Regirock is only obtainable from an event right now. And the event only has its hidden ability, which is Sturdy, not Clear Body. Which kind of limits how I want to play around Regirock. So we are actually swapping Regirock out for Rampardos as of week 2. So next week's match against Alice. So that's going to be an interesting one. Which does make us weaker against Trick Room, but that's totally fine. We can still do damage even against Trick Room teams. So that is going to be our squad. So let's see what happens during the battle. So be right back. Alrighty guys, we are connected up with Bensosim, of course. Good luck, have fun to Ben. We have changed some switch-ups from the layout from last time. Shoutouts to Nerder King, of course, for the wonderful new looking layout we've got for this year. You can see my team along the bottom. down below, and you can see the 6 I think he's bringing up above. I don't expect anything else to come. There might be an outside chance of a stray, like, Skiploom or something like that. But nonetheless, we're gonna select our team. Let's rock and roll. Good luck, have fun to ban, of course. And let's see. Yep, no surprise there at all. Exactly the team we expected to see. So lead-wise, I'm not sure what he brings out lead. But I am definitely curious to see what he wants to go with. I think Frostlass is a pretty good lead option for him. I'm tempted to lead my Sun Duo. Maybe Sableye leads. Not sure. I think leading Lottie is not bad here. Lottie does hit a lot of this team. And then I'm not sure what I want to do after that. Maybe Lottie Lantern. Scizor in the back. And probably Venusaur. Well, Venusaur's not as good. I think we take Grand Ball. Alright, let's go with that to start off with. Alright, let's see what Ben has to offer us. Blaziken Sableye. Okay, so we were pretty accurate with what we wanted here. So we already immediately threaten out this Blaziken. We have 2 things that hit it insanely hard. But we are not actually going to go for the Blaziken here, I don't think. I think my play here is actually just to bust a Draco into the Sableye. Because Sableye is clicking Fake out here. For sure. So yeah, we pop a Draco into the Sableye. I think we can actually just go for Protect. Although I do kind of want to double into the Sableye here. But we'll Protect Lantern just to be on the safe side. Okay, there's the Fake out into Lottie. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Night Slash, actually, so interesting. We see Life Orb. That means we can actually kill him next turn, because he does not know our set yet. So now we actually fire off Psychic into Blaziken. Oh wait, Shadow Sneak might be a thing. I think we double into Blaziken here, though. Just to guarantee that we get a hit off. Dear. But that was why I ran HP investment. To kind of threaten him out. Sableye actually switched here. Interesting to see that. And here comes Tauros. Okay. I'm glad I have Scizor in the back now. Okay. So here comes the Psychic. This should kill Blaziken. Yeah, Blaziken is gone. Alright, good start for us. So now he knows we're Scarf. So... Latias kills Blaziken. And we got a lot of damage off onto this Tauros as well. Very good play for us here. Back out comes the Sableye, so he's probably going to try to fake me out again. So we're going to preserve Lottie. And go into Grand Ball. And... I kind of want to fire off a Hydro Pump again. Let's go into Sableye. Because I don't think this Tauros really threatens me too much after an Intimidate, so... We'll save Lottie for now. And here comes Grand Ball. So we'll get a double Intimidate off, which is really nice. This Tauros is going to be pretty weakened. And we'll see. Here's the Fake out into Grand Ball. That's not going to do a lot. Double edge. Interesting. That just blows me up. That's a crit. That crit might have mattered. I'm not sure, but Tauros dies to recoil. So that's fine. We're still way ahead here. So I don't know what his last is, and I don't know if I want to show Scizor yet. I think his last is Red and Wash. But I think we show Scizor. Oh, it's Togekiss, so perfect. Okay, we actually got a great play here. Alrighty. So now I think we actually just double into Togekiss here. We go for Stone Edge plus Bullet Punch. He actually willowed the Grand Ball, which I'm not sure he wanted to do that. But we do see Berry. Not surprised to see that. This is a Banded Scizor, though. Look at that damage. Oh, boy. And here comes the Flamethrower. That's going to kill Scizor. Alright. Togekiss kills Scizor. So that's a bulky Togekiss for sure. We do connect the Stone Edge. We are burned, but it still goes down. Grand Ball kills Togekiss. Alrighty. And now we can go into Lottie. Alright, so I expect to see Shadow Sneak here. But he might not show it. But we're gonna play rough and drop a Draco in this thing's face. No Shadow Sneak. This is gonna hurt. You are not gonna like this hit. Alright, perfect. And we do see Barry. Foul play, actually. Interesting. So he's gonna kill Lottie. Sableye kills Latios. Or Latios, rather. We do land to play rough, and this should be the end. Yep, perfect. So good game one for us. Ready. Grand Ball kills Sableye. So we win game one, 1-0. It's actually unusual for us to win game one. Normally we actually lose our game one, so that's a good start for us. Alrighty, but we're gonna keep going. So he knows I'm Scarf Laddie now. Which means that Blaziken probably doesn't come again. Because he knows he can't one-shot me. So we're gonna go back in again. Very interested to see what he brings this time. So I think Frostlass comes, to be honest. I think he has to bring it. So we know there's Prankster Will-O-Wisp. What if I bring my Suncore this time? Am I throwing by doing that? So, I think he might lead Togekiss. Maybe Togekiss Sableye? Maybe I don't bring, Scizor. Let's try my Suncore out. I think my Suncore is gonna be the scary part. Alright, what's next? Togekiss Sableye. So we did call this. Alright, here comes the sun. So now we have to see what weather he has. Alright. So I think he fake outs the Venusaur here. So what do I do here? Let's see. I think I protect. Maybe we just double protect and scout what he wants to do here. So he stayed in. Pretty interesting to see that. He did fake out Venu. And air slash into Vulpix. Okay. He's probably quashing me here. Maybe I fire off a Heat Wave and then switch. Do I live a quash air slash? I think I might not. Let's see. I can fire off a Sludge Bomb in case I live it. He does have Quash. That's not surprising. He is Quash Air Slash. We do live. Alrighty. And we do connect. That's huge. Togekiss goes down. Alright. We died a Life Orb recoil, but I will absolutely take that. Alright. Venusaur. Oh, he lived! Kills Togekiss. Alrighty. That was a great turn for us. That was a really, really nice turn for us. Alright. Here comes the Blaziken. Not surprised to see that. So we are Focus Sash here, so unless he doubles, we can actually put in some work. We're gonna protect here. I think he has Tauros in the back, maybe. Because those double edges were doing a ton of damage to me, so we're gonna protect. He also protected. Good read on his part. Foul play. Okay. So that's fine. So now he's gonna see I have extra sensory, so he's gonna be a little threatened by me. But we are still faster, unless this thing is a Scarf Blaziken, but she's not, because he's Protect. So we're gonna fire off into Blaziken again. And actually, I want to preserve Venusaur, so we're actually gonna switch into Grand Ball. We're gonna lower this thing's attack. Alright, but this is an intense one. But yeah, this is kind of what I was saying in my pre-draft thoughts video. I felt like whoever wins the draft matchup for us here is gonna be, like, favored. I do think this draft is somewhat in my favor, but we will have to see how it goes. But we'll bring out the Grand Ball here. Gonna drop this attack of both of these down, actually, which is gonna be really handy for us. I do have to be mindful of these foul play damage. Close combat into Vulpix. We will take this because we're sashed. Alrighty. And this actually might kill now. Oh, he's faster! Oh no! He's got speed EVs on this Sableye. Wow, he actually brought speed. I'm very surprised to see that. Let's go to Lottie then. So a double up is going to kill me. That's the big problem I have here. So I think I Psychic the Blaziken and play Rough Sableye. Blaziken's gonna be faster than me now. let's see. Sableye. Kills Vulpix. Alright. But he knows he can't kill me. So, unless he crits the Night Slash. But there is a world where I kill both here and just win with Venusaur, which is what we're aiming for here. Quashes Lottie, that's fine. Goes for the Night Slash. He has to crit, which he does not. Which means Play Rough should kill Sableye. Alrighty. Granbull kills Sableye. And Latias kills Blaziken. Sunlight is gone, but that's okay. I think this is Tauros. It is Tauros, okay. So we should be faster. Alright, so we fire off a Psychic into the Tauros and close combat into Tauros. I think this should be a wrap. I think. Have we just broken our duck against Ben? Because Ben has normally historically beaten us pretty hard. So I feel kind of bad if I've crushed him this hard. I did not expect this from this matchup. We are going to fire off a Psychic. Oh my word. This thing is insane. Double Edge is going to kill Laddie. Alright, Tauros kills Latios. Almost dies to recoil. But Granbull is going to pick up the kill. Which is very nice for Granbull. And we've just 2-0'd Bensosim. Holy crap. Oh, they're great games to Ben. I did not expect to ever 2-0 here. Granbull kills Tauros, which means that Rabambi wins 2-0. Great series, Bensosim. I'm sorry I kind of pummeled you a little hard there. I was not expecting that. I think my matchup was too strong for you. I definitely had a lot of answers for some of your big threats. I felt like this was an interesting matchup, but my team kind of matches up well with like the different variations I can bring. I did like your sets though. The Night Slash definitely almost caught me off guard. I did expect Quash. I was looking at Quash as an option. Prankster Willow wasn't a surprise. I don't know what I would have done differently in your position. Maybe Red and Wash comes instead of like Togekiss. I'm not sure. Kind of hard, right? But either way, great games, Ben. Very entertaining series. I'm glad I finally broke my duck against you. Kind of proves that nobody ever has a 100% record against me. I generally will win eventually. But either way, that is going to be a wrap for week number 1, which means that next week we are going to be facing, I believe it's Alice the Ferrophone and the Cornish Corfish, I think I'm playing next week. That's going to be an interesting match because Alice has a Trick Room core, which is something that we don't match up as well into. But yeah, definitely look forward to that match. And of course, as always, make sure to like and subscribe and comment your favorite moment in this match. I would love to hear from you. But as always, thank you so much for watching. My name is Rabambi Teacher. I'm your coach of the Royal Bomb with Rabambis. Stay safe, stay awesome, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.